Okay, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching my videos, or maybe this is your first one, but regardless, thank you for clicking and tuning in. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than my usual videos. Usually I do not speak, it's just about the music, but I wanted to go into some more of the hardware, maybe some of the software, but just the stuff that goes into music production, and especially modular synthesis, as it's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool stuff about it. Yeah, I mean, just look at it. It looks pretty nifty, right? Yeah, it does. All right, so let's get a little bit of sound going so we can enjoy that a little bit, and then we'll talk about what we're listening to here. So I'm just going to turn up one of the oscillators here. Beautiful, right? Nice and crunchy. And our number 2. I've got them being controlled by some voltage here from random, here from marbles, so they're coming in and out kind of against each other. Makes it nice, makes it fun. And most important, of course, let's add a little bit of reverb and little texture. Yes. Okay, so this is my modular synth rig. I'm relatively new to the world of physical, hardware modular synths. I've been using VCV rack avidly for a number of years, so I'm relatively familiar with a lot of the concepts and the principles, but it's been very fun, very rewarding to move into hardware. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I have the nifty case. As you can see, it is quite nifty indeed. It's from Creative Audio. You can buy it standalone, where it's just the case. You can also get it, as I did, as a kit that comes with some modules. It comes with a sequencer, which is called cells, and it comes with an oscillator, a dual oscillator that also has LFOs that is named chips, and that is one of the voices you are hearing. For cells, each of these lights, which you can touch or have sequenced, as I do, puts out 2 different control voltages. As you can see up here at the top, each one has a gate and CV out. That can be quantized, so it can be notes, pitch information. It can be smooth voltage, so you can have it run as a modulation sequencer or whatever you'd like. At first, I wasn't very sure about chips. I wasn't sure how it would really fit into my system, but I've actually really grown to love it. It's really fun for sequencing different, rhythmic modulation and a lot of different little utility things. So I've really been enjoying it, and it looks really cool. Next, again, that comes with the kit is chips. Chips is a dual oscillator and LFO. It has 2 LFOs here. One runs at a double time of the other. Each of the voices and the LFO has multiple waveforms. Not sure how much you can hear that. Top one, which we're listening to, has a really nice filter. We'll have that come in. It'll be higher. There she is. Space noises. Really nice. Second oscillator has a width, pulse width adjustment. Really cool. And then you can control the speed of the LFOs. From there, our other oscillator that we're listening to from Zlob Modular is their dual VCO. Again, 2 oscillators. In this case, each one, they're totally independent. Each one has a sine, a square, and a triangle. Here we can listen to the triangle wave. There's the triangle. Little attenuator or attenuator for specific control. And each has a 1 volt per octave in, so that you can control it either from the sequencer or from MIDI information coming through the case. Really, really nice, really, really lush sounds from both of them. Beautiful oscillators. From there, plates needs no real introduction. If you've ever even watched some videos on modular synthesis, it's got a lot of different voices in there. You can make percussive sounds, just really totally crazy space stuff. Great module, lots of control. We'll definitely be playing around and hearing lots of that. From there, it's kind of tough to see. It's hidden in here. It's from 2 HP. It is a filter. It is the MMF, or multi-mode filter. I believe that's what it stands for. Input, frequency control, and resonance control. And then you have a low pass, high pass, and band pass options. It really has a good crunchy resonance. It really, really wants to resonate. Really nice filter. In the center, the heart, random, which is from CalSynth. It is their version of marbles. Also from Mutable Instruments, who are the original maker of plates. Clocks, which you can see here, operating. It's just making the cells module look cool. It's also sending out some CV into the VCA to control the voices that we're hearing, the synth voices. Really amazing module. It could be a whole video for itself, but a lot of control and really interesting things that it can do. It can just be out there or as focused as you want. From there, from Zlob as well, their VCA, it is 6 different independent VCAs. You can attenuate them by how much signal you want to go through. We'll turn it up a bit, but really cool design, really, really fun. Let's see, we got it a little hotter there. Really good for controlling modulation or volume, or just having voices go in and out kind of as they are now. Really handy utility module. From here, this was kind of a strange module. It's called the Pet Rock. What it is different patterns that it outputs when you set it to a clock. And the pattern changes based on the day of the week and the phase of the moon. Kind of tough to see down here with the light, but you can kind of see it there. We're in the waning crescent phase of the current moon, so we've got that light on, but it puts out different patterns, and then every full moon it switches between the blue or red mode, and they call it the mood. And so you got a little random there. You got some different options. It can control gates, it can control envelopes, or maybe just ping the filter. Kind of adds a little bit of unknown in there. Really cool module, and has been the inspiration for my Pet Rock series, which you've probably noticed if you've been following for a little bit. From there, almost at the end, the loop. It is a looper. You can have a clock control when it starts and stops, so you can get time controlled loops or clocked loops. It does half speed, it does reverse, everything you need. Really adds a lot of texture and kind of character to the patches. And then finally, Typhoon, which is a clone of Clouds, granular synthesizer effects, reverb. If you've been around the modular environment for a bit, you've probably at least heard of Clouds. Amazing module. Again, we could do a full deep dive into it by itself, but beautiful module, adds a lot of texture and depth to the patch. Just a great utility to have there in your soundscaping and sculpting abilities. So that is the quick overview of my modular rig. I've got relatively basic, nothing too exclusive in here, but really fun sequencer and oscillator that come as part of the case. Really amazing for beginners like myself that are just getting started in hardware synths. couple more oscillators with plates, so just so we have a nice variety of different voices. You know, plates can do drums, it can do granular, FM, everything. The filter and the looper give you a lot of control in just creating expanded soundscapes from these simple voices. And then of course the clock and just all the modulation you can get out of marbles just adds a lot of potential, you know, diversity. We can get wacky, we can be dialed in, whatever. And then up here you can see I've got a module or a MIDI cable running in. It's not providing any information, but I've got it hooked up to my MIDI controller, and you can see, or hopefully you can see, this light is flashing, and that is the clock coming in. You know, your MIDI information comes in through the cable, and then you can have it routed through these ports into the system or have it controlling external gear. Really, really amazing. The nifty case, it's nifty. What else can I say? You know, you've got some stereo out here, you've got an audio out in the back as well. Really great value, whether you're experienced or just brand new to modular synths. So this is my modular synth rig. I've just absolutely been in love with it since I started assembling it earlier this year, and thank you so much for exploring it with me, and I hope to provide you with some amazing soundscapes and music. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to catching you on the next one.